welcome to Daily Hope Behind the Music. This month we're looking at the Gospel of John, chapter 6, where Jesus is talking about how he is the bread of life, the heavenly bread come down for us. And he said in that chapter, whoever comes to him will never go hungry. Now, as a mom of 3 growing children, the thought of them never going hungry or being hungry or asking for a snack just blows my mind. I have the boys who, it doesn't matter how recently we've had a good meal, they need a snack. And now that the baby, who's not such a baby, is able to open doors and refrigerators, I find all sorts of remnants of little bits of snack that she's helped herself to around the house. But Jesus isn't talking about earthly hunger, is he? He's talking about something much more meaningful and something that we celebrate when we take communion, like we did last weekend. When I was at ASU, I fell in love with this little Italian organ that they had in the organ hall. It was built in 1742, and we called it the Trieri organ for the city that it came from in Italy. It's been on loan to ASU. If you're looking to donate some money towards a good cause, they're trying to keep it permanently there. But I was so thankful that I was able to have this time to go in and practice on this historic instrument. And there was a stop on it that I really fell in love with called the voce umana, which is supposed to mimic the sound of the human voice. A very sweet stop. Now on some organs you might see a stop that says vox humana, and we have one on this organ, but it's a reed stop, different than the Italian stop. So let me just let you hear this. I hope this is not what my voice sounds like. If that's what your voice sounds like, you might need a lozenge or something. But the stop on the Italian organ, the voce umana, is a stop that you add to the principal stop. So you already have an 8-foot stop on, and then you would add that, and it's mistuned just enough, kind of like a modern celeste, but not quite like ours, to give it this undulating effect, kind of a vibrato, like if you were singing. So I'm going to try and demonstrate that for you by adding a second stop and just not pulling it all the way out, so it kind of mistunes, so you can hear what that sounds like. And I'm adding the other stop now. You hear the kind of waves of sound? If we were playing all together, it would sound a little out of tune. Cool? It's such a cool effect. And I'm not going to play this whole piece for you using that, because even though we can tune a few notes, it doesn't spread evenly like if they had made this rank of pipes specifically to do that. But it's still, I wanted you to see how they have that cool effect where it makes the wah, 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 which is how people tune instruments. We try and get rid of that sound, but sometimes we like to harness it for something special. So this stop, this organ, being able to play on a historic Italian organ really inspired me when I was doing my doctoral work. And so I decided to do my dissertation on the Italian organ mass. So I studied different ones from different eras and things. Frescobaldi is a name that will come up when you're discussing Italian organ music, and he wrote a collection of masses called Fiori Musicali. So this week, I'm going to play for you a piece from his Mesa della Domenica, which basically is just for any Sunday that there's a Mass. And he wrote a piece in there specifically to be used at communion. So as we're thinking about bread coming down from heaven, communion, eternal life, these sort of concepts that are even beyond what we can understand, this elevation toccata, which is supposed to elevate us beyond our earthly thoughts. Now, it's called a Toccata Cromaticha. He's written it to be this way. And the reason for that is because he has some very chromatic passages like this. Which for his time, 1635, this is very forward thinking. They weren't using all the black notes and things because the organs weren't tuned in equal temperament, which is a discussion for a whole other time. But so there was a lot of dissonance, a feeling of unsettledness. We don't want to stay here, right? We have thoughts of our eternal life. We want to be somewhere better than here. So this dissonance that leads us to a consonance that is a better place to be. Now, when I play these elevation toccatas, we have this beautiful undulating soft, sweet tone. They're not fast. They're meant to be during communion. And for me, time kind of stands still. They're just a time to let your mind go somewhere else. So as I'm playing this, I hope that you sit back, relax, and think about the amazing gift that Jesus gave us by being our living bread from heaven.